Hey, this is David Pastana, Rise Utah Realty. Today, I'm going to talk about inflation, the terrible word inflation, and how it's affecting the housing market, more specifically the mortgage rates, which are affecting the housing market. All right, if you like today's video, please subscribe and ask for those notifications so that it can help our channel grow. All right, to get started, we're going to go right into the inflation numbers. So they came out today, and the inflation was up, but not as bad as they thought. So far, if you look here, this is the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, and CPI for the year is slowing down, but now it has risen only to 0.4% for the month of October. What that means is that inflation is slowing, but not enough, not to where the Federal Reserve wants it. So overall inflation for the last year is still 7.7%, and that's not good. The main focus of that inflation is on energy costs going up, which you can see here has gone up 17.6%. It's really like heating your home, gasoline, and I also looked at that housing is 7.9% up. What this translates into is that the Fed wants to stop inflation, and the way they're going to stop inflation is by raising interest rates. They do that through the federal funds rate, so I want to show that to you here. So far this year, they've had 6 rate increases. And it started in March and has gone very aggressively till this last week. And currently the federal funds rate went from 0.25% now to 4%. To translate that into mortgages, I just wanted to show you this site right here. This is from bitrate.com. So this is kind of an average mortgage, not your typical, or maybe what you could get. But this is with 20% down and good credit. Right now, mortgages at 7.24%. Man, that hurts bad. Because a year ago, you could get them for around 3%. So this is a serious increase. It's ironic because we're in a housing crisis right now in terms of we have never solved the demand issue with housing, but because rates are going up so quickly, it's going to squash the demand for housing. And we're seeing that here in the local Utah market. Let me give you an idea on how that pain is being felt. So I wrote some numbers down here. So on a $400,000 mortgage, again, a year ago, you could get that for around 3%. So your payment was $1,686 a month. However, today, if you got a 7.3% interest rate, your payment is $2,742 a month, or up $1,056, or 63% increase. That is unaffordable. Now, in Utah, since the time they started raising rates, especially since May when rates really started going like skyrocketed up at 0.75% each month, we've seen a decrease in home prices by roughly 9% so far in the state of Utah. But did you see what I just said? Housing price, or at least the cost of buying the house with the same loan, is now going to cost you 63% more. So while the price of housing has gone down a little bit, the payment has far exceeded the actual price of the house, and that's not good. And so forecasting here, so if the federal funds rate goes to 4.5%, that will probably mean somewhere between an 8 to an 8.5% mortgage rate. If the mortgage rate is 8.5% on a same $400,000 loan, the payment would be $3,075, or that would be up $1,389 from a year ago, or 82%. That is simply unaffordable for most people. What was unknown to me, but it seems more likely at this time, is that home prices are going to have to go down because, quite honestly, no one can really make that leap. I mean, instead of buying a $500,000 home, or in this case, getting a $400,000 mortgage, you'd probably only get a $225,000 mortgage at the same rate as what you did last year, which means you're going to be living in a condo instead of a house. Here's your takeaways. Home prices are going down a little bit, but the cost through the mortgage is skyrocketing. So the longer one person waits to buy a home, the more it will cost them in terms of payment. If you're a cash buyer, you will probably save money if you wait longer because the prices are downward pressure right now. So I think there's going to be opportunities in the market depending on who has to move and what circumstances people are in. The inventory is growing because of this challenge right now. So I do believe that there will be opportunities in the future. But for right now, for most people, if you need to buy a home, you should probably do that sooner than later, because the payment is more important than the price, quite honestly. Having a much lower payment for long term is going to be more important than having a lower price. All right, please reach out to me if you have any questions, and I'd love to answer them. Please remember to subscribe and get notifications so that we can keep you knowledgeable of everything that's happening in the real estate market.